Hello, this is Dennis with A1 Telephone Service and Repair, A1 Electronics. You can get us on the web at www.a1-telephone.com. And I want to take a quick video here of an At&T cordless phone. It's a 5500. It was a very common telephone. It was a really good cordless phone in its day, and there's many of them still in use. And this is a customer's telephone, John, and he complains that he has the number 4 does not work. And I got a feeling that the keypad's even a little worse than that, because I'm going to show you a little bit when we open this up. If you hear a bunch of noise, some of the workers bring their kids with them on Saturday into the shop, and the kids kind of play, so you might hear a lot of noise in the background. So anyway, here we go. I'm going to show you this telephone real quick when I open it up. And basically, when we open this up, you have to pull the little microphone. Okay, that has to come out. Try to get a better shot at this. You have to pull the microphone from this other side, and in order to work on this telephone, we have to desolder the red charge wire and the ground wire for the charging, and we had to unplug the microphone, and we had to desolder a ground wire that goes over to the main PC board from the dial board. And so basically there's a little bit to it. I'm not sure if you can see this or not, but I've been doing this for quite a while, and these dark spots, and they look kind of oily, something has been spilt in this phone a time or two, and that's bleeding through. And this telephone does not have any screws that holds this dial board in. They're little plastic tabs, and you can see one right here. Basically, it's a little plastic tab. I've got one that's the goo that's in this phone from something being spilt on it is actually holding that on holding it on my little pointer there. So you have to take an Eversharp like this, and you have to cut the little tabs off, and then we have to re-glue this board in. So I'm in the middle of cutting the tabs off, so I'm going to kind of be doing that right now. I'm going to try to set this down. Maybe I can get a picture of me cutting off some of these tabs. And I left a couple here. Let me see if I can cut that off. You basically have to cut them off, and you have to be really gentle when you cut them off, because I've seen guys cut through the traces when they cut these tabs off. And I don't think you can see it on the film, but like I mentioned earlier, the material that has been spilt into this phone is literally bleeding through to the back of the board. So I've got all of them cut off. Let me get this one cut off here. And I got one more here. Okay, so now basically what we have to do, and you can see I'm kind of just stuck on my Eversharp here. It's kind of a gooey mess, and that's on the back of the board. So you can imagine what this is going to look like when I get this opened up. Basically, we want to take and kind of pry this board up real gently. Let me get a tool that I usually do that with. Takes a little bit to get this board up, because you want to kind of want to go slow. Okay, that released it. And you can kind of see where the material that gets spilt, and this happens on all phones, you can kind of see this material that gets spilt. You can see it on the back of this, and this will clean all up. We'll clean the back of this up when we go to put it back together again. But you can literally see it's sticky to the touch, and we're gonna peel this off here. This is a piece of metal that they hold the dial pad in place with, and it's just very sticky at this point. So that's all got to be cleaned. That's very sticky. We're going to set that aside, and now we're going to kind of peel this keypad, and I want you to get a good look at this. You can actually see the goo. I'm not sure how this phone even dialed out. You can literally see it's just caked, and all of this sticky stuff is whatever was spilt in it. It's just dripping, and I've been cleaning these for years, and I cannot imagine that anything even would dial on this board. It's just really caked in there, and this happens. Okay, you know, things get spilt in remote controls. See that? You can just see the goo. Things get spilt on remote controls. They get spilt on anything that has key, you know, like calculators and cordless phones, regular phones. Stuff just, and you can just see the goo. So that keeps it from dialing out, and I just would be very surprised. I didn't have the base to this phone. John didn't send it. It was a little hard to get apart, and I think it was the cord was built into the wall or something. Somebody had built it in, or it was difficult to send, and he didn't send it, which is not a big deal, but I could have seen this if this dialed out at all, if I would have had it. And it's going to take some time to clean this up. As you can see, it's probably one of the worst ones I've ever seen, but I've seen some that are pretty bad. And like I said, it happens. It's not a big deal. When you spill something in these, it happens, and you can't do much about it except for what I'm doing right here, clean it up. And this is going to take me a while because it's pretty sticky, and there's quite a bit of it. So I'm going to go ahead and work on that a while. I just wanted to give you an idea of what happens when you can't dial out any longer. When you can't dial out any longer on a telephone or a cordless phone or whatever, this problem here with things being spilt into the board is probably the culprit. So just wanted to get a little video of that. You can see just how bad this really is, just by the goo that's in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and finish this up and clean it up real good and get it back together again. I wish I had the base to kind of check this telephone out. I like to check them out before they leave the shop, but there's not a lot I can do about this because I don't have the other part. So this is an At&T Cordless 5500, and it's that two-tone beige model, and it was a really, really good telephone, and there's still a lot of them in service today. So thank you for watching. We hope you enjoyed it. This is Dennis with A1 Telephone Service and Repair, A1 Electronics. We hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.